Good afternoon from Julia Carroll, my 2026 weight loss journey. Today is Monday, March the 2nd, 2026. It's just about 12:30 in the afternoon. I just ate lunch, so I'm deciding to do a walk because that's supposed to help. After you eat, doing a little bit of a walk. Now, mind you, I'm not doing fast. I'm just doing it in the house. I probably ought to go outside and do it. I don't really want to though, so I'm sticking with this. So we'll see how long this goes. So, how are things going weight-wise and walking-wise? I think things are going well. I tried something for lunch today that turned out pretty good. I was shocked at how good it ended up tasting. I had some 85% ground turkey. It's a little fattier than I normally eat, but it's pretty tasty. And I had some pork rinds, powdered pork rinds, that I made meatballs out of the ground turkey, rolled it in the pork rinds and a little bit of mozzarella cheese and Parmesan cheese grated up, and baked it in the oven. And it turned out pretty good. I'm full now, but it was very tasty. And I was trying to go for, honestly, I was trying to make chicken nuggets. And it's not chicken nuggets, but it was pretty decent. The only problem is I did not put any spices in the actual meat itself. No salt, no pepper. And I think the meat itself needed it. Now, my pork rinds were Italian flavored, so I thought it would be enough. And I think I needed a little extra salt and pepper. So next time I'll do that. It was very tasty. I'm shocked at how good it was. And pleased with that. Oh, I have a friend coming over tonight after work, and we're going to put together my garden dump cart so I can go to Home Depot later this week and get, all I really need is fertilizer or manure, compost, and add to my cocoa core, perlite, vermiculite, worm castings, maybe even plant tone, because I'm going to fill my green stalks up. Hey, Peanut. Oh, the cat's down. But, ooh. Honestly, my energy for walking is not what it was. Hasn't been. Maybe that 5,000 steps will be a little harder than I was anticipating. But I'm plugging along. I'm doing what I can do. Eating modest amounts. Hi, Mew Mew. I don't really have anything to say other than things are progressing. It's just a pity that it takes so long to lose weight. So easy to put it on. But yeah, I started watching some advertisements on YouTube today that were about Ozempic. And I've never taken Ozempic. And I know people like it because it helps with satiety, helps you not overeat, and quiet the food noise. And I'll be honest with you, the thing that I found striking since stopping sugar and paying attention through these videos through the Keto Mojo and taking my blood sugar and ketone levels, the thing that I find astonishing is if you honestly eat whole foods, you avoid processed foods, and just eat meat, fat, fruits, vegetables. If you like a few nuts, go for it. I'm not big into nuts. I have trouble controlling myself with them. I will say, you don't need Ozempic because If your primary things you eat is whole foods, it's hard to overeat that stuff. It really genuinely is. I just find it hard because I had about 6 ounces of that ground turkey and I'm full. It had a lot of fat. I don't need more. When my friend comes over tonight, we're gonna have a chicken Caesar salad, so that'll be fine. But man, I'm just not all that hungry much of the time. And refraining from any form of processed food really is a game changer on how the body reacts. Because with everything I've eaten for breakfast, which was, I just had some beef, put a little butter in it, had a few blackberries and blueberries, coffee with half and half. Then I had the ground turkey for lunch and the chicken Caesar salad for dinner. I'm only at 1,500 calories. Oh, I might have a little peanut butter later, maybe. I gotta say, I'm in no way famished. I'm not thinking about food. I'm not craving food. And it's been pretty good. Now, I think I mentioned in a video a couple days ago, the fear that happens on a whole food diet is you begin to crave junk food or processed food. And that's the hard thing. And I have thought about trying to make my own bread. The only problem with that is I like bread. I think I'd overeat it, even if I made it myself. But even then, I mean, your processed flour, you'd have to buy some of like the wheat berries and grind it yourself to use it in bread, which might be better just to avoid altogether. But I know processed foods came into being. My mom was eating processed foods and she was born in the 40s. And I know it was when wives started working out of the home, they had to go to more processed foods, TV dinners. And for some people, that's all they can eat. But I can't help but think it didn't do a good thing for society or most of our diets for processed food. Wonder Bread and cereal for breakfast. Sometimes I'm privately amazed I don't weigh 1,000 pounds because honestly, growing up, we were eating, typical cereal for breakfast. Although technically speaking, aside from when I was super young, like 5 and 6, then it was the Cocoa Puffs and the Lucky Charms. But I very quickly got into like Kix or Cheerios, which were not, didn't have sugar on them, or Corn Flakes. I never did the frosted. And my dad used to eat grape nuts, and I'd eat grape nuts with him. And I even to this day will eat oatmeal, but I do not put sugar on my oatmeal. I'll just put a little bit of milk, and that's it. Cinnamon, maybe a little vanilla, but I never put sugar on my oatmeal. Very rarely. I don't put fruit on it for the most part either. Once in a blue moon. But processed food has turned out to be, a real bugaboo. I can't help but wonder if we went back to, if you want dessert, you got to make it yourself. Maybe we'd all be healthier. Maybe we go back to eating desserts as a special treat where you have cake on your birthday, you have pie at Thanksgiving, maybe Peanut, I need you to move, baby. And that's about it. If you get married, you have a slice of wedding cake, but you don't do much more than that. Anyway, I have almost 2,000 steps. I'll take the dog for a walk today. She'll be happy about that. So I'll get myself up to, I'll do my best to get myself up to 5,000 steps. But again, I'm not going to push myself too hard, since this whole process of weight loss is a journey. It's not just the destination. Oh, my destination is weight loss. Now everything goes back to normal. Nope. So if I'm getting myself up and off the couch and increasing my walking, that's an improvement that I can get behind. I've been walking for 11 minutes, and most people say the same thing after eating. A 10-minute walk is a very good thing. So I'll do that. Who knows, maybe after my friend and I have dinner, maybe she and I could take a walk if she was of mine too. Not sure. Or I could get on my treadmill. Yeah, I don't like that idea. Anyway, I'm going to bid you adieu and to say that things are going well on Monday, March the 2nd. Let me state what my goals are for this month. Like I said, I want to try and get as close to 5,000 steps every day. But there's also the goal of between probably 6 and 8 pounds. I'd like to weigh about 292 or 293 at the end of the month, or more likely weigh it on April 1st, which will ironically be my dad's 93rd birthday. So I'll do, try and lose, 6 to 8 pounds. I think that's very doable with what's happening. So I'm at 23 steps and at 12 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'll bid you adieu for now and tell you how I do tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.